Hey guys, Brendan, by the way, that audio guide. Today we're going to be talking about buses, auxiliary tracks, or sends as they are sometimes known. So I'm just going to break this down into a very easy to follow format. So let's pretend that we have these 4 tracks right here, all right? And so they are being routed to our master bus, master fader, okay, which is basically the sum. All tracks go to that stereo out if they are telling so. So we're using logic tracks right now. So these are being routed to our stereo out. Now let's pretend that we want to put a reverb on these tracks. So we throw on a reverb. Okay, and we put this logic space designer because we want all of them to have the same kind of atmosphere. But over time, that will start to wear on your CPU because reverb takes up a lot of CPU space. And wouldn't it be nice if we could just pick one reverb with one setting and then all instruments would use that exact same reverb without having to say, oh yeah, what was that setting again, and copy it over every single time? Well, that's where a bus comes in. So a bus or auxiliary track serves as a destination for routing signals. So let's pretend that we bag the reverb on these tracks and put them on our bus. So we do the exact same reverb but only on one track. So it lowers your CPU usage. Okay, now we do what we call sends. So we are now sending signal of each track to this reverb. And what's awesome about that is you can control the volume of those sends. So we want our cello, viola, and violin to be somewhere around the same, but you can tell they're a little bit different. But we want our piano a lot lower. We don't want as much reverb. So rather than mixing the dry-wet signal on each of the reverbs on the chain, we can just mix the volume send. And one thing to take note is that it is still being routed to our stereo out and also being routed to our reverb. Okay, so it's 2 sends of information. It sends to the stereo out and it sends to our bus. And then the bus is routed to the stereo out. And then on this bus, you can control how dry or wet the signal is. So usually when I do something like this, I like to make this reverb all the way wet because I already have dry information going to my stereo out. So that's just the concept of using a bus. So let's jump into our DAW and learn how to create these tracks and how to use them in a real-world example. All right, so if we jump over here in Studio One, we have some vocals here, and this is our lead vocal. It's a little bit dry, so let's head over to our mix window. And right here is the track that we are selected on. So if we click this little triangle right here, then it opens up our insert menu and our send menu. So to send to a bus, we can either send to a bus channel or an effects channel. So in Studio One, these are different organizations for buses. So a bus is a bus, obviously, and then an effects is also a bus, but you can change what you are looking at right here. So if you say, I want to show or hide all my reverbs or delays, and you send those to effects channels, then you can do that right here. Whereas right here is toggling the buses. So it's just a little bit of an organization way, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll just use bus. So we go to add bus. So this is our bus channel. So right here is the send to our bus. And then to add effects to our bus, we just click on that, do some inserts. So let's just add on beat delay. And now we'll just make sure that's 100% mixed. And now our track is sending to bus 1. All right.
Stand up, can you clap with me?
Okay, so then if we want to do our other channels to that same bus, we do the exact same thing. We send it to bus 1, and let's send it down that low. And right here, we do the same. So now all of our vocals are going to that bus. And that's it. And then of course you can name this by just double clicking and beat delay. So then that way you don't get confused on what's going on. So then when you go to send, you can send it to beat delay. It names it for you. All right, guys, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also sign up for the email list where I will send you exclusive content that I only send to the people on that list. And also head over to the website, it's@audioguide.com, and I will see you guys soon.